Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's boy Sam from Out of Trading here, and today we'll be looking at NAKD, once again the fan favourite. Yes, we have got some news today, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it was yesterday, but we're going to be reporting on this today because it has caused a nice little bullish trend. Although what I would say is right now we are currently in a bull trap, and if you don't know what a bull trap is, it's basically like a synthetic share increase to try and get people out the stock. Now, as you all know, this is not no way, shape or form a gamma squeeze, a short, none of that. It's simply a bull trap. They're trying to synthetically increase the price to make you try and sell because you think it's up. And yeah, that's what, in my opinion, is going on at the moment. I don't know what the heck is going on my camera. I do apologize, but it is not focusing very well today. So, you know, I will try and figure that out in the future. But anyway, today we're going to be looking at the new news that's just come out about, as you can see on the screen, NAKD appoints a new financial officer. We're going to go a bit in depth with that. We're going to talk about what a chief financial officer actually does and how it can actually affect the company. And, you know, could this be a positive catalyst for potential price increase in the future? Now, we're also going to be doing a graphical analysis and basically giving you an overview of what a bull trap is. And that is currently what we have seen the past couple of days. You see the price going back down again. But, you know, like yesterday, essentially, there was a bull trap. You saw it go from 49 cents all the way up to 55 cents yesterday. And that was just a synthetic share increase just to get people's hopes up to think, okay, now sell. But in all honesty, no, right? Like, I'm going to continue to hold until I see a good amount of price action on this stock. But with that being said, if you haven't already, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe for new. It really helps the channel out, and we're currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you enough for the recent support on this channel. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Before we get into today's video, I just want to say I'm in no way, shape or form a financial advisor, and please take anything I say with a pinch of salt. I'm simply a university student studying business and management, and that is all. Stocks are battlefields. Be sure to do your own research, your own due diligence before entering into the battlefield. I can only scout the battlefield for you, however, I cannot fight the battle for you. With that being said, let's move on. So first and foremost, we're going to sort of get you understanding what the heck a bull trap is and why would they do this, right? So a bull trap, I'm just going to do this directly off Investopedia, so there's no BS, there's no my prediction. I'm just going to simply say what Investopedia is saying, what a bull trap is, and then, you know, you have a full explanation of what it is. So a bull trap is a false signal referring to a declining trend in the stock index or other security that reverses after convincing rally and breaks a prior support level. The move traps traders or investors that acted on the buy signal and generates losses on resulting long positions. A bull trap may also be known as a whipsaw pattern. So essentially, what the bull trap is for, right, is it creates a synthetic share increase. Although NAKD is trading at a high level already, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get people to sell by increasing the price to basically make you give up your positions essentially for a very cheap price compared to what it's going to do in the squeeze. So, you know, everything correlates around supply and demand, and right now these hedge funders need to cover, and one of their tips, one of their tactics they use to try and get their shares back is by synthetically increasing the price sharply and then bringing it back down again. So, you know, you think that in your head that, oh, this is my only chance to sell before the price comes back down again. But no, in honesty, like if you fall for this trap, then, you know, yeah, okay, you may make a little bit of money, but you may miss out on the big squeeze that is eventually going to happen. So, you know, that is what a bull trap is. And for anyone who doesn't know what it looks like, you sort of see right here, let me just bring this up a bit bigger for you. So you see this sharp price increase. Now, I know it wasn't as volatile as this. It didn't look anything like this, essentially. But we have seen NAKD's price action continuously going down, very similar to the pattern shown here. And then what we have seen is we have seen this sharp price increase. Although it's only like 6 or 7 cents, this is still technically a penny stock, right? So, you know, it looks a lot more than what a normal stock would look like, right? Although we know what NAKD should be trading at, we know it should be probably at least a $2 stock, in all honesty. Like, we're not seeing that price action because these hedge funders are continuously bringing down this price, and that is what we are currently seeing right now within NAKD. And let me just prove this with the graph. As you can see, we came down like I was telling you all before. You know, we saw this sharp increase like back on the 8th, and then we've just seen it come down and down and down until we get to this point, and then we see a sharp increase very similar to what we saw within that graph shown there. And you know, it's clear as day what they're trying to do. And, you know, I thought I would just bring this up because, you know, it's very, very viable, and it's something that you all should be aware of pretty much. So with that being said, we're now going to move on to the new news of the Chief Financial Officer. So to actually back up the bull trap point, I thought I'd just back up with the RSI. Now, just quickly before we get onto the news, you can see that the RSI peaked when it was going on this full increase at 80, which means that this stock is heavily overbought, right? And that was all through stock manipulation. We've seen a large amount of volume within NAKD, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it has been equaled out by like overselling from these hedge funders using this algorithm to really drop down this price. You see here that we actually had it overbought, and that's because they were trying to synthetically increase the price, because as you all know, supply and demand increases the stock. So if you have less supply and more demand, the stock price is going to increase because there is more demand for a stock and people are willing to pay a higher price for that. So you know, that is what we have seen within this bull trap here. And I think it's clear as day looking at the RSI, because to be honest, we haven't really seen much price action in these last couple of days, unless people saw the new news as the Chief Financial Officer as a catalyst, but they haven't done anything to prove themselves to be worthy. And we don't really know enough about this Mark Zierson, really. So, you know, I don't think that would be a complete catalyst, but you never know. You know, this is all my opinion, and do take anything I say with a pinch of salt. But, you know, just do your own due diligence. That's what I'd say. But this is my due diligence. So, you know, if you don't like it, then that's completely up to you. But, you know, this is my opinion on what the bull trap is going on right now. I think it's a bull trap, not a catalyst. Just a heads up. So now we're going to move on to the Chief Financial Officer. Okay, now moving on to the Chief Financial Officer of the company. This is the person at the helm of all financial things that happen within the company, the financial operations behind a company, right? And what they do is they do all the financial analysis, they do all the cash flows, they do all the balance sheets, they do all of the financial analyst things that we need to take into account when analyzing stocks. So it's very important to have a very good Chief Financial Officer, right? So just give you a bit of context of who Mark is. So Mark has extensive experience with public company finance as a corporate officer and audit committee member. His executive career spans senior finance leadership roles with major ASX listed companies such as Kochlear, Aristocrat, Coca-Cola, Goodman Fielder, and he serves as a non-executive director and chair of the audit and risk committee of Opal Limited. So he's got a lot of experience. He's got a good amount of background. He knows what he's doing. And that is very, very good news for us NAKD holders, right? So previously, he was a non-executive director and chair of Raspberry Limited, and non-executive director and chair of the audit and risk committee of Orcoda Limited. So his most recent executive roles include Chief Financial Officer and Company Secretary for Wiseway Group Limited. So this is all good news. He has a heck of a lot of experience to bring to NAKD. And also as well, this is going to potentially see an increase in the future, because as long as he is good, he tells us how it is, and he also he's just direct with us, right? And that's what we need. We need someone who is going to provide clarity for our decision making within NAKD. We need someone who's going to keep us informed about the progression of NAKD. To be honest, I think NAKD actually need a new PR representative to actually express what on earth is going on within the company? Because I do feel like as NAKD investors, we are currently sat in the dark quite a lot. But, you know, you do occasionally get these articles come out where, you know, we get updated with what's going on within NAKD. But I think that there should be more transparency within the company. And, you know, like I said, I'd love to get Justin on a podcast or something to actually talk similar to what Trey Trace did with Aaron Adams, or Adam Aaron, sorry, of AMC CEO, you know. So I you know, I'd love to do that. And, you know, I did try and reach out to him, but he hasn't responded. So, you know, it is what it is though. That's besides the point. Chief Financial Officer, good stuff. I'm very happy with this decision. And in all honesty, I think that this could be potentially a long-term catalyst into NAKD's price action within the future. Okay, so a lot of you have been asking about my price prediction on NAKD. Now, my price prediction currently sits at $3 by the end of the year. And, you know, I think that this is a very fair price prediction. You know, I think it's because at the moment, right, a lot of these analysts have been saying that NAKD could be a $12 stock in the next 2 to 3 years. I have seen that. And I think I saw that on Market Wallet, and I saw that on another couple analyst tools as well, that NAKD's fair value is probably going to be $12. And also as well, the fact that we see Alt Global coming into this stock as well, and we all know what Alt Global does. I said this in a previous video. They take over incumbent management, and you know, I can see Milton Todd actually being potentially a direct leader within NAKD. And you know, I have watched quite a few of his podcasts, and I do think that he hasn't been able to say a lot legally, because obviously it's an asset which he owns, and that could be classified as market manipulation, right? If he said something like, oh, NAKD is going to go up a hell of a lot in value, then, you know, that is technically market manipulation, and he could get done heavily for that, right? So that is why he is staying quite quiet in what he's saying, and we have to respect that, right? But I do think that, you know, he is also being quiet for a reason. I think there could be some positive price action upcoming for NAKD, and I'm very excited to see the future, well, what the future holds for NAKD, right? And, you know, I will have live streams up at some point in the not so distant future as well. We're going to be just vibing with the chat. Everyone could just jump in. We can just talk stocks, talk crypto, anything you want. I am down for it. And yeah, I'm excited to see what your thoughts are for NAKD and what the future is ahead. So feel free to leave a comment down below, or contact me on my Telegram, Discord, whatever other social medias we have, Twitter, you know, anything like that. Feel free to contact me. I'm always reachable. So, you know, I will try and respond to every single comment that I see. So with that being said, I hope you have all enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe for new. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you in the next video on the channel. Take care, everyone.